Hell Let Loose. Once hailed as the king of tactical World War II shooters, it brought us epic 50 versus 50
Skill
battles,
2.
brutal
Right
realism,
here.
and a level of teamwork that put casual FPS games to shame. But today, some players are asking the big question, is Hell Let Loose dead? In this video, we're diving into the state of Hell Let Loose in the end of 2024. Its player numbers, the controversies,
Skill
the
3.
updates, and whether it has a future. Stick around, because this game's story might surprise you. When Hell Let Loose first launched in early access back in 2019, it captured something unique. It wasn't just another shooter, it was an experience. Massive maps based on real-world locations like Omaha Beach and Stalingrad made every match feel like a page out of history.
Got one.
Then there was the realism. No hit markers, no arcade mechanics, just pure, brutal combat. Every shot mattered,
Oh my
and
god.
every decision could turn the
That was
tide of
me.
battle.
Everyone ran in front
And
of
let's
me. I
not
thought I
forget
was
the
taking
teamwork.
points.
Communication was key. Whether you were coordinating with your squad or taking orders from a commander managing the entire battlefield. This wasn't a game you played solo. It was all about the sense of camaraderie, where victories felt earned and defeats pushed you to try harder. For many of us, it was unlike anything else out there. But fast forward to 2024,
Where's he
and
at
things
now?
have changed. Let's look at the player base. Back in its prime, Hell Let Loose saw thousands of players
Oh god, there
online
was one in this
daily,
house with us.
with peak numbers hitting over 30,000
Killed him.
around its full release. Today, the numbers are lower, averaging around 4,600 players on a monthly basis. While it's not dead, it's clear the game's growth has slowed. This is especially noticeable in off-peak hours where the servers can feel emptier than they used to. The community's feelings are mixed as well. Dive into any Hell Let Loose subreddit or Discord, and you'll see two camps. Some players still love the game, praising recent updates and the core gameplay, but others feel disillusioned, citing issues like unbalanced maps, bugs, or frustration with new features. So what happened?
Got another one.
Did the
They're
devs drop the
pushing my
ball,
building hard.
or is this just a natural
Get them
for
on
a
the
niche
steps.
game? One thing that sparked
That's
debate
3 I've
is the
killed.
game's updates. The developers have been consistent with releasing patches, adding new maps, factions, and
got
mechanics,
hit with a rocket
but
or
not all
something.
updates go the same way. Take this most recent one
Did you
for
get a semi-auto?
example, Update 16.
Yep, I got you.
It's added a
Right
ton
behind
of
you.
new features, such as free look. It completely overhauled lobby system that actually is awesome. You can wait in the queue without it taking up your entire freaking screen. While in the game, deployment has been overhauled. You can now see all the times it takes to spawn at every spawnable location that's been placed on the map. As well as
Yeah, I'm trying to take
with
it out.
this new map, there's new weather.
Cover me, please.
There's blizzards, there's heavy light snow, there's fog, a ton of new features. The devs do awesome work when they update this game. The caveat is when they update this game. It takes forever. Sometimes you're stuck playing the same old maps on rotation over and over for a long time. Another factor to consider is competition. Games like Squad, which is going to Unreal Engine 5 pretty soon, and Squad 44 offer similar hardcore experiences, while mainstream shooters like Battlefield 2042 and Call of Duty dominate the casual market. Hell Let Loose sits in a very tough spot. It's too niche to compete with AAA blockbusters, but it faces stiff competition even in the tactical shooter space. And let's be real, the hardcore World War II genre isn't exactly booming. In 2024, the gaming landscape for tactical shooters is more competitive than ever. While Hell Let Loose carved out its niche very early on, it now has to contend with a growing number of alternatives, each vying for the attention of players who value realism and teamwork. Let's start with Squad. It's not a direct World War II competitor, but it shares a similar focus on large-scale battles and teamwork. Squad has an edge in modern combat scenarios and a more mature modding community which allows for custom content that keeps the experience fresh. For players who value flexibility and innovation, Squad can be very tempting. Then there's Squad 44, formerly known as Postscriptum, which dives even deeper into the hardcore realism of World War II. While it's a smaller player base than Hell Let Loose, its meticulous attention to detail and die-hard community make it appealing for the true realism fanatics. But here's the catch. Squad 44's slower pace and steep learning curve can be a barrier for many leaving Hell Let Loose as the middle ground between accessibility and realism. And on the totally other end of the spectrum, you have games like Battlefield 2042 or even Call of Duty Black Ops 6. These games offer quick thrills, flashy graphics, and a massive budget for marketing and content drops. While they lack the depth and teamwork of Hell Let Loose, their mainstream appeal and polished production values siphon off players who might not have the patience for a hardcore tactical shooter. And this is where the main challenge lies. Hell Let Loose isn't competing for the casual market at all. It's fighting to hold on to its niche. But even within this niche, games like Squad and Squad 44 are pushing for the same audience, while mainstream titles continuously raise the bar for what players expect in terms of visuals, performance, and ease of access. But despite the competition, Hell Let Loose has a unique edge. The game's commitment to historical authenticity in large-scale warfare remains unmatched. The feeling of coordinating a 50-player team to storm Omaha Beach or defend Stalingrad is something you just can't get in any other game. It's not just about playing a shooter, it's about feeling like you're there. You're part of the history. This is where Hell Let Loose shines, that immersive battlefield experience. While other games might have more features, mods, or shiny graphics, Hell Let Loose delivers a sense of scale and authenticity that keeps players coming back. So, is Hell Let Loose dead? Honestly, no. It's not at its peak for sure, and it's not growing like it used to, but it's far from gone. With a loyal player base and continued developer support, there's still life in this game. That said, its future depends on whether the devs can learn from past mistakes, innovate, and keep the community engaged. What do you think? Are you still playing Hell Let Loose, or have you moved on to other games? Let me know in the comments below. Hey, thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more gaming content. And don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss an upload. See you on the battlefield.